Thanks for tuning into Stocks with Antonio. Today was the big day. SpaceX, the IPO. It opened at a little higher than the 135 that a lot of people thought it would open at. It actually came out at $150, and it did what I thought it would do. It went higher. It didn't go as high as I thought. I thought it might actually pass 200. I thought there would actually be a little bit more excitement in the stock market than what I saw, but it still made a big move to the upside. It went all the way up to 176. It did pull back. Now, I do believe SpaceX is going to create more millionaires. I know it already created some millionaires, right? Individuals that were able to get shares early on, but I believe in the future it will create uh, millionaires down the road. There's a lot of companies out there that have made regular people millionaires with small investments, with of just $1,000, $10,000. And I get it, 1,000, 10,000 to some people, they're gonna say, hey, that's a lot of money, and I agree. But that amount of money could change your life if you buy good company and you're okay holding it for 10 years plus. Look at if you have a chance, if you would have put $10,000 into Microsoft and you held it, if you would have put $10,000 into Microsoft when it IPO'd and you held it in your portfolio for a little over 10 years, you would have had $1 million from that $10,000 investment. So it would have paid off. So it's definitely good to invest in good companies and hold them long term. You'll reap the benefits if you pick good ones, right? And I think SpaceX could be like a Microsoft. And Microsoft's not the only one. There's other companies that did the same thing. Go ahead and look at the Mag 7. A lot of the Mag 7, if you would have invested when it IPO'd, would have made you a millionaire, right? Depending, of course, on how much you invested. But a lot of those companies did create regular people into millionaires that bought in, did a good investment in it, and just held it in their portfolio. Also, do some research up because I'm here to let you know a lot of companies that IPO'd that have a lot of excitement, like SpaceX, a lot of people pumping it up and things like that. When they go public, right? They run up like we seen SpaceX. Also, ticker symbol is SPCX, in case you didn't know, and it runs up. But eventually, I think it's going to pull back, and that's when I'm interested. I read that in the month of August, so that's a good month to pay attention to SpaceX. They may be releasing more shares. That's likely to lower the price. Also, there's a lock period for early individuals that were able to get shares before it went public, and there's a lock phase. As soon as that's up, I believe a lot of people that have shares of SpaceX early on are going to sell off for profit, and you're going to see that affect the share price. So I do believe right now there's a lot of excitement. I do want to be an investor in SpaceX. I want to have it in my long-term portfolio because I believe this could really increase your portfolio over the long term. But I don't want to buy it just now. I'm going to be watching it from the sidelines. But if you want to play it now to the upside or the downside or both, I'm going to share with you a leverage 2x bull ticker that you should be able to get into on June 15th, which is Monday. That ticker symbol is SPCH, right? Write that one down. Just remember, if you do decide to get into a 2x, just know they're meant more for day trading or short term. They're not meant to be held long term. So I wouldn't recommend putting this into your long term portfolio. But if you're interested in trading it in a short term and you don't want to get into options, this could be something that you may be interested in. Like always, make sure you're doing your homework because I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just sharing with you my opinion on the market, my opinion on this stock, and what I'm going to be looking at, and some things that I think I'm going to be participating in, like these 2Xs. And to be honest, I'm not thinking I'm actually going to be doing that. I plan to play SpaceX for the short term with these 2X bulls and the bear. And the bear is the inverse leverage, which is SSPC, right? Write those down. They should be available on June 15th, which is Monday. So you got the weekend to do your homework, do some research. Because I'm making this video Friday night. You should be seeing it over the weekend. And hopefully, you're able to make some money with this one. I do think it's going to change some people's lives. Be careful. Make sure before you invest in anything that you are doing your homework, that you're being responsible, and whatever money that you do put into the market, that if for some reason it went south and you lost money, that it's not going to destroy you, right? So just understand when you do put money in the market, there's always risk, and you could lose money. You could lose money with SpaceX. You can lose and with these two X. So just be aware of that. But I think there is going to be a lot of opportunity with SpaceX and a lot of opportunity to create some wealth. But you got to be careful because just like always, there can be opportunity to create wealth, right? To make money. But just like there's opportunity to create money, unfortunately, there's also an opportunity to lose money. So you just got to be careful. But I am going to be playing the 2X Bull and the 2X Bear. I do think that on Monday, SpaceX will probably continue to go up, but eventually that pullback's going to come down. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm going to be watching it closely on Monday, and you already know a play I may be doing. Now, when I'm going to be looking to buy the shares, probably be so far in the month of August. Now, that could change. I may buy shares into my long-term portfolio sooner or maybe after, and I'll keep you updated with the videos. If you were able to get into SpaceX today when it IPO'd and made some money, let me know down in the comments below. I love to know who got in on IPO day. So let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't done so, do me a huge favor. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on how I see the market, what I'm doing. And if you haven't done so, check out also that description box. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.